Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you caught the recent game between the Steelers and the Seahawks, you know it was one of those battles that keeps you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. But what really stood out, and I mean really stands out, was a moment that has everyone talking, especially the Steelers faithful. It was a play that turned the tide, a play that left a bitter taste in the mouths of Steelers fans everywhere. And that's exactly what Heyward, one of the true leaders of this team, couldn't hold back from criticizing. He called it an imperdable, unforgivable mistake in his post-game comments. Yeah, that's right, a long touchdown allowed by the defense that changed the entire complexion of the game. Let's set the scene here. The Steelers, known for their historically tough and disciplined defense, had been holding their own for most of the game. They were battling hard, trying to keep the Seahawks at bay, knowing that every point counted. But then came that play. You see, in the NFL, one play can define a game, and when you give up a long touchdown like that, it's like handing over a golden ticket to your opponents. It's a moment that's etched into the minds of fans and players alike, a moment that tests the resilience and focus of a team that prides itself on its defensive pedigree. Heyward, who's been a cornerstone on that defensive line for years, was visibly frustrated after the game. And honestly, who could blame him? He's seen the highs and lows, been part of some of the most gritty, hard-fought defenses in the league, and he knows how crucial every single play is. That long touchdown, which allowed the Seahawks to take a lead at a critical juncture, was a glaring mistake, one that the entire team will have to analyze and learn from. Heyward didn't hold back in his post-game remarks. He emphasized that such mistakes are imperdable and that the defense needs to be more consistent, more focused. It's about holding yourself accountable and making sure that plays like that don't happen again. But beyond just criticizing, Heyward's words also serve as a rallying cry for his teammates. The Steelers are no strangers to adversity. Over the years, they've faced tough losses, come back stronger, and proven time and again that resilience is in their DNA. This moment, frustrating as it might be, is just another chapter in that story of perseverance. The team's leadership, including Heyward, is committed to turning this experience into a learning opportunity. That's what champions do. They analyze, they correct their mistakes, and they come back hungrier than ever. Now let's talk a little about this season's context. The Steelers have had a roller coaster ride so far. There have been moments of brilliance, flashes of the defense we've come to expect, but also those costly lapses like the one that allowed that touchdown. It's a reminder that in the NFL, consistency is king. You can't afford to take plays off, even for a second. Every yard, every down, every moment counts. The AFC North, as competitive as ever, is no place for mistakes. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns are all lurking, ready to pounce if the Steelers falter. So that long touchdown, as big as it may seem, is a wake-up call for everyone in that locker room. But fans, I want to emphasize that this is not a team that's going to fold because of one slip-up. No, the Steelers have a rich history of bouncing back. Look at their recent performances, how they've shown grit and resilience in tough situations. Heyward, along with his teammates, understands that setbacks are part of the game, but what matters is how you respond. The leadership in Pittsburgh knows that a single play doesn't define the season. It's about the overall journey, the effort, and the commitment to improving each week. And speaking of improvement, the Steelers' defense has been a mixed bag this year. When they're on point, they can shut down even the most explosive offenses. But when they slip, as they did in that critical moment against the Seahawks, it exposes vulnerabilities that opponents will look to exploit. That's why this moment is so crucial. It's a lesson in focus, discipline, and execution. The coaching staff will no doubt be reviewing the film, pinpointing what went wrong, and making adjustments. That's the NFL grind, always evolving, always sharpening your tools to stay ahead. Now, it's not just about pointing fingers or dwelling on mistakes. It's about the mindset that Heyward and the Steelers are cultivating. They're a team that believes in growth, in learning from adversity. That's what separates good teams from great ones. the Steelers have a storied legacy, and part of that legacy is resilience, bouncing back stronger after every setback. They are well aware that the road to the Super Bowl is paved with challenges, and every single game is a test of their character and resolve. Looking ahead, the Steelers have a lot to focus on. They need to tighten up their coverage, especially in those critical moments where lapses can cost them dearly. Their pass rush, led by Heyward, remains a force but needs to be more relentless in closing down plays before they develop. Offensively, they must stay balanced, capitalize on opportunities, and keep the pressure on opponents. It's a team effort, and the leadership, including Heyward, is committed to pushing everyone to their best. And let's not forget the importance of the fan base here. Steelers fans are some of the most passionate in the league. Your support, your energy, your voice, it all makes a difference. This team feeds off that resilience and passion. That long touchdown allowed might sting now, but it's also a reminder that they're human, that they're learning and growing. The key is how they respond in the next game, how they come back with even more intensity and focus. That's the Steelers' way, never giving up, always fighting, always pushing forward. As we continue through this season, there will be ups and downs, but the core of this team remains strong. Heyward's leadership exemplifies that. His standards are high, and he expects nothing less than excellence. He's a player who embodies the grit, toughness, and determination that the Steelers are known for. The defense will bounce back, and so will the team as a whole. They've faced setbacks before, and they've always come out stronger on the other side. So, Steelers fans, keep your heads up. Remember, every great team faces adversity. It's how you respond that defines you. The journey to another Super Bowl isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about overcoming them, learning from them, and coming back with even more fire. Heyward's words remind us all that accountability and resilience are the keys to greatness. The Steelers are determined to learn from this moment, to correct their mistakes, and to keep fighting for that ultimate goal. The AFC North is tough, but Pittsburgh has the character and the talent to rise above it. They will continue to push, to grow, and to fight for every inch on that field. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive into what's happening with the Steelers right now. Remember, every setback is just a setup for a comeback. The Steelers are a proud franchise, and they're not going to let one play define their season. With that resilience and passion, they'll be looking to bounce back stronger, more focused, and more determined than ever. So keep the faith, stay loud, and let's see what they do next. This season is far from over, and the best is yet to come.